Okay, so for the next few tutorials, what we're going to look at is how we can use Photoshop to just brighten and darken just certain parts of our image. And we're going to start with a technique that is based around our screen technique. Now if you remember, we actually went Control J, creates a background duplicate layer, and we go for screen, which totally brightens it up. But as you can see here, we actually totally blow out our sky, and the technique I'm going to teach you is just a little technique that allows us to paint back our original layer into the image so we can get our sky back. So first thing I want to show you, if we hit X, you see this is your foreground and your background. We want to actually set it so black is our foreground. So if it was there, you just hit X and it goes there. If you've got different colors, like we mentioned earlier on, you hit the shortcut D and that will actually reset those. Next thing we want is B. Hit the B shortcut, which is brush. And if I just straight away draw on here, you can see what's happening is the underneath the background layer is showing through. I just want to look at the presets that are available and the adjustments here. As you can see, we have a circle there, and I can change the size of the circle with the master diameter. And this also varies based on the size of your image. This is just 13.3%. If I was to increase the image, boost it up a little bit, then my little circle actually increases in size as well. And when you're working on this, it can actually be quite good to take it up to 100% and work very, very carefully with a smaller brush on a bigger image. And then you can get more accurate results. But just to show you how all this works, I'm doing it just very, very quickly and very, very roughly as well. So we go back up. We can change the diameter of our brush, and to find out what it is, we just move our mouse over our image. We can also change the hardness, and we also have some presets down here. So if I was to click on a soft fuzzy 300, you can see our hardness goes to 0, and this is what happened when I just drew on our image there. If I was to pick a hard one, I'm going to pick that one, but I'm going to drag the diameter up, and we try drawing. Look what happens. A very, very hard edge, so it's very, very difficult to get away with a realistic looking image if you have such a hard edge. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back, we're going to pick something like a 300. In fact, you know what, I'm going to go for a bigger one, but it's going to have a soft edge. There we go. Click back, and we're just going to paint our sky back in. Now the beauty of this is you can let go of your mouse, you can draw again. It's not going to make it darker and darker and darker. Some of the techniques I'm going to show you soon will actually do that, but all this will do will allow the underneath layer to shine through. So we can just paint that back in. And I'm going to do it very roughly as we get close to the bottom. Like I said before, if you were doing this professionally, you take your time, you blow up your image, and you take a very small brush and just do it very accurately. And I'm just going to run across here. Just like that. So that leaves our foreground nice and clear, and it's brought our sky back down again. So if I click on our image layer, and you can see how it's gone black there to show where we've painted. Now if you make a mistake, you can actually click here, you can actually click X and swap these around, and you can paint back in. So then it goes light again. You see that? So you made a mistake, you want to lighten something back up, and then that brings that screen layer back. Hit X again, switch to black, and you can go over it again and darken it back down. So this is something that you can play with a lot. You can do a lot of mistakes and you can fix them really, really easily. And every time you do it, you can actually delete the last brush stroke as well, just up in your history palette. So there we go. What we've done, we created the screen layer, but then we darkened down and we kept our sky just to a nice grey there. So that's actually a really nice effect. And what we can do as well, I'm going to go to background, I'm going to hit Control J, Control U, and if you want, you can play around underneath this and you can boost the color saturation. So because we have the screen there, that's going to be nice and bright, your sky is a little bit darker, and you have a nice super saturated, maybe a little bit too much, but we have a really nice photo there that's popping. And it's way better than just going with the screen on its own, blowing your sky out. You bring the sky back in and we get a really nice image.